In this video, we'll discuss which weapons in The Walking Dead are the most iconic. The Walking Dead has a lot of very iconic weapons, so not all of them will be on this list. If you want an extended version of this list, just tell me in the comments and I can make a top 10 video or something. But now let's begin with number 5.
He had a hatchet. A hatchet?
Rick's hatchet is pretty underrated, I'd say. People like his gun and his iconic red machete more, but his hatchet is actually really cool. He used it throughout the 6th season, in the 7th season and also in the season 8. Basically anytime he tried to kill Negan, his hatchet was his weapon of choice. We don't really know the backstory of the hatchet or anything, but Rick is extremely skilled with it. Maybe it's not even the same hatchet. All we know is that Rick used a hatchet through the whole Alexandria thingy and fighting the Saviors. So yeah, the hatchet went throughout a lot. At number 4 we have Daryl's crossbow. Now Daryl has actually had 2 crossbows so far in the show. Through the first 3 seasons he used one, but in season 3 episode 12 Rick, Michonne and Carl went looking for guns to be prepared when the governor attacks, and they found a new crossbow that Daryl has been using since then. So the second one has been through more, and it's probably also a better crossbow considering Daryl switched them. Daryl is famous because of his crossbow. He saves the group many times with it, and he is actually surprisingly accurate. Besides Sasha, he is the best shot in the show. So yeah, the weapon is really iconic and we all love Daryl and his crossbow. At number 3 we have Rick's machete. Now people really love this weapon. The whole phase of Rick being insane and with no mercy is called after Red Machete. Red Machete Rick is a fan favorite. Basically Red Machete Rick is Rick after Terminus. This Rick doesn't have any mercy. He kills everything on his path, and he also has a badass beard. And oh yeah, if you're enjoying the video so far, pop open that subscribe button's head. Red Machete didn't stay around for very long, but it's a fan favorite, so AMC made a whole webisode about it. The Red Machete was found in a store after the beginning of the apocalypse. Some guy tries to use it but stabs the walker in the chest and he dies. Then this family comes around, kills the walker and takes the machete. This girl Mandy trains with it for quite some time and becomes good with it. Her sister Alicia soon dies and her father is bitten after this. Before that, her father also rode Mandy on the machete. A group of survivors also breaks into her house and steals everything she has, including the red machete. A guy then cleans the machete and covers the handle with red tape, so the name Red Machete comes from here, and you know, blood is constantly on it. The guy doesn't see the walker behind him and he turns around too late and is able to stab the machete in the chest but gets eaten. We then follow the walker with the machete in its chest for some time. Then a guy comes by, takes the red machete and says claimed. So this guy ambushes Rick and tries to kill him, but Rick bites a part of his neck off and kills everybody else. Rick now has the red machete. Then they get to Terminus and Rick says this.
Machete with a red handle. That's what I'm gonna use to kill you.
Whoa, dark. The group escapes and Rick also kills the cannibals that come looking for them with the red machete. He still had the red machete when they went looking for Beth in Atlanta and in Alexandria, but he didn't use it from some reason. Some people are angry that he didn't use it, but hey, he's a guy trying to survive, not a symbolistic nerd with emotions toward weapons, like me making this video. When Negan came, he took all of their weapons, almost, including the red machete. In the sanctuary, a guy picked up the red machete and used it for some time. He then tried to escape from the sanctuary one day, but he got shot and the red machete got stuck in the ground. A really long time goes by until Mandy finds the machete, untapes the handle and finds out that it's hers. She goes back to the house where her sister and his dad are buried and leaves the red machete there until an unknown person picks it up. I have no idea who picked it up. My best guess would be Alpha, but besides that, it could be anybody. So yeah, crazy story. People absolutely love Red Machete. It's insane. I mean, it got a whole webisode. Okay, let's continue. Number 2. Of course, we can't forget Michons Katana. Michons Katana is insanely iconic. It kind of defines Michonne's character and she has a really strong emotional connection to it. She found the katana at the beginning of the outbreak and practiced with it every day. In the comics, she found it while searching for supplies in the neighbor's house. The neighbor was kind of crazy about swords. She used it from that point on and she is really attached to it as it saved her life again and again. Her obsession with it became a little too strong, and Michonne kind of tried to put some distance between them and is using it a little less now, but it's still nonetheless her weapon of choice. And also a katana is OP. I mean, if you think about it, a katana is theoretically better than most weapons in an apocalypse. It's sharp and light, and Michonne is really OP at moments. She takes out more walkers than anyone else, honestly. Okay, number 1, of course, Lucille. I can't talk about the best weapons in The Walking Dead without mentioning Lucille. The whole story of Lucille is insanely good too. You see, Negan had a wife who died of pancreatic cancer, I believe. His weapon, a baseball bat, was named after his dead wife, Lucille. From that point on, Lucille is the weapon for Negan. He treats her like his dead wife, like it's an actual person, and honestly it's hilarious. Of course, this has more to do with Negan's insane character than Lucille, but yeah, this weapon is definitely recognizable. When Negan is talking to her and telling others that Lucille is pissed and stuff like that, it's just insane, I love it. There's nothing more to say really, we all know and love Lucille. Theoretically, a baseball bat isn't really that good of a weapon against walkers, but Lucille is still amazing. She's more for putting on a show than for actually being useful, but she still can lay a strong hit. Anyway, this is my pick for the 5 most iconic weapons in The Walking Dead. Tell me if you agree with it or would you change anything, and yeah, live long and prosper. Wait, no, that's from somewhere else.
Wait.